What's happening, folks, and welcome to another episode of Rebuilding Barcelona. This is what we call my channel. Well, it's not actually my channel, mid-season report. Before we get into that, if you're excited for the video, hit the like button down below and subscribe if you want to get daily FM content on this channel. If you want to see some FIFA stuff, then go over the channel below for my FIFA stuff on there. Got Ultimate Team updates and a couple of career modes on there as well. Twitch down below as well, and also Discord is there if you want to get involved in that as well. So today we're just going to go through the season as it stands right now, look at the report on the team, look at some transfer, looking at signing, the finances, and just give a little pause for the season so you guys can catch up a little bit. And I like to as well just analyse where we're going, well, how things are going, and just reassess maybe one or two things and all that kind of stuff. So as you can see right now, we are currently top of the table. By how many points is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points clear at the top of the table, and we are 10 points clear of 5th, which is fantastic. We've also had a really good Champions League group. Stage. To be fair, it's not the most difficult group. The team I was most worried about was actually Wolfsburg, and they were the easier team to beat. They're bottom of the table, which is very surprising. But Sporting's been doing very well, to be fair to them. It's obviously all been decided now. The only thing left to decide who's finishing in the Europa League spot and who's finishing first or second. But everyone knows where they're going to be playing, basically, apart from the bottom two. So it's basically not really that deciding. And actually kind of funny because we're both first and second, we're playing Sport and they're playing each other. So that's a kind of a fun into the group stage. But we need a draw to win the group. And to be honest with you, winning the group, I don't think makes a difference really. The Champions League years ago, it meant so, but there's so much competition now and so much strength in it that I don't think it's going to make a difference. I mean, we can look at Champions League and see who we could get. So Ajax, Inter, Dortmund possibly. Can't get Real Madrid. Could be AC Milan, Man City, Man United or Lille or Porto or Leipzig. So, you know what I mean? It's not going to be easy. But what I'll do, guys, is I will... I'm hoping to get someone like a Lille or... Ajax maybe, something like that would be ideal. But again, it depends where we finish in the group. I think we've got best players in the group stage final game and to see what we get. Because at the end of the day, to win this competition, we're going to have to play the big sides anyway. So it's not really that much of an issue, really, for us. So obviously the cup competitions, we're still not in them yet. Obviously we've got the semi-final club against Real Madrid, which is why I'm doing a certain gap in recordings or certain schedule of recordings at least on games. The league table itself, so we could look at it in depth, a bit more in depth here. As you can see, we've scored the most goals in the league, which is actually kind of surprising given how many missed chances we do in a game, and we've also conceded the third least amount of goals in the league as well. Second technically, because joint top is Sevilla and Madrid. So actually, the team is actually performing at a really good level. The stats paint a different picture of what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling. So it's not that bad, but it feels like it could be better with the chances that we're missing. And certain games, if you go back to the schedule here, like the 2-1s and things like that, could have been a lot easier if we'd taken. Maybe we did get that was an isolated game. It was but. The missed chances even against Wolfsburg there and Alves, Osasuna, Granada. There's a lot of game. Pick around in game that's narrow and tight, and you can pick at least 3 or 4 sitters that we should have scored. But there's only one defeat all season in the league, and the only game we lost was a kind of pointless Champions League game. So we're doing really, really well. And I'm actually kind of surprised of how well we're doing with this team. This is the current tactic that we've got right now. Now, the problem with this tactic I've got is his midfield 3 here. I've got a transfer target in mind, but I don't know whether he'll fit any of these roles. Now, I'm wanting to play a box-to-box, but I don't think Gavi is going to be great at playing that role. And I don't think we've got De Jong here, who again, not really suited for a box-to-box, to be honest. So I'm thinking of making I mean, Gavi can be a Mazzala, potentially, but I don't know right now. I want a certain player in this team, so I need to get this balance right in midfield. I feel there's no one in there as combative, who can get the ball back. Now I don't want to play a ball midfielder in there because I want my player to be a bit more than that, but I'm not averse to doing that. But I need to find a way of getting a midfielder role or player in here who can just combat the other team's players and get the ball back, because we've got a good attack, generally speaking, in terms of goals that they've scored. The right hand side is also because Dembele is going to start on that side. Now, I don't think he's going to be a winger, but he has got good crossing on him. So, potentially, he could be a winger. I'm not sure, because I want the goal threat to be on that right hand side a bit more. Obviously, he's had injuries, so he hasn't played this season yet. Inside forward, I'd go for, but he's finishing composure low anyway. So maybe just focus on his crossing and his dribbling, and just focus on that and make him a winger, and just say, you know what, he's not going to be scoring lots of goals. Let's just make him a creative player, and then focus on the left hand side where Fatty's got more of a finishing ability, and obviously you've got Memphis Depay who can play there as well, who again's got a lot of goals. He's got a few goals this season. Focus on those guys, and the striker getting the goal. Have the creative player on the right hand side, keeping that width there. That's one option I've got to go with. Other areas of the pitch to strengthen, there's not really anything drastic right now I'm worried about. It's just mainly the fullbacks that are the biggest problem. They're just consistently letting people get in behind. So I don't know whether there's something we can check. I mean, another on wing back, so that's not going to help it, is it? But it's just the lack of they see a run and they just let it go. They don't track it back enough. And that's something I want to try and get at. To solve, because that is one of the things where sometimes they're quite solid at the back, but it's not consistent enough from what I'm wanting. So that needs to be addressed. Now, is it a match engine thing? Is it a role we're playing them on? I always got to sacrifice that and say, look, you can play wing backs. They're not going to be great defensively. If that's the case, no, then fine. But I still feel we can get more of a solid base in the wide area defensively. But we'll have to wait and see. We are playing better football now. We seem to be more direct. We are more direct. We are getting the ball in the air a bit better. We're playing passes forward quicker than before. I think what we may do is have a tactic I may change what I do in game, by which I'll create another tactic, which is the same formation as this, but with the instructions of a controlled possession. So when it's 3-0 with 30 minutes to go, we keep the ball and try that out in the game. So like when it's like 4-0, do we keep the ball better and just dominate the game they're on and keep possession and try and save some energy? That's something I'm considering doing as well. I don't know if that's a thing that people have done. I mean, we've got another formation here, which is 4-2-3-1. But what I would do is just basically do this. And just do that. And, just keep possession. Obviously, with maybe slightly different roles here, because we've got advanced playmaker support here and a Mazzala in here, for example. But you know what I mean, like just a possession-based kind of way of playing. Whereas this one is more of a let's go and just get the goal. So when we get 3 or 4 in a look, if we ever do that, switch to these instructions and keep possession. And that's something that maybe I'd like to try and do, but I don't know if that's going to work. I'll try it out. But problem is, when I'm saying the highlights, you don't really get to see much. I don't watch the game on full highlights because it takes too long, but that's something I'm going to try and do, just to try and have both tactics in play. So we'll consider that, and also got a 4-2-3-1 as a backup option to push me forward if we want to do that. In terms of the squad, in terms of goals, one of the things I'm actually very pleased with is the amount of goals that have been shared around. Ferran Torres, De Jong, Depay, and Aubameyang have all scored goals, and Fati as well. They're all scoring goals, which is great. It's not just one guy getting 20 and the rest have got 2. There's 10, 7, 6, 5, 5, and 5, which is very good. And it would have been a lot more if they'd taken their chances better as well. So that's what I'm happy about. Every attacking player has scored goals, other than Dembele who hasn't played a game yet. So that is encouraging that they are knocking goals in on a regular basis. Aubameyang, the top goal scorer, of course. He's gone off the ball a little bit recently. Oops, sorry, just clicked off that. He has gone off the ball a little bit recently, but we've got 10 goals, 16, so it's a goal, just over a goal every game, which is great. He's 32 years old, so we've got to bear that in mind when looking for a new striker. because we've got to be careful because we can't rely on him to be here long term. Of course, the idea is to win Champions League and everything in La Liga. Of course, that's the plan. If we do it this first season, I don't know what we do. I don't know what we do. Whether we just have a year, if we win Champions League, say, okay, do it for another 5 seasons and see what you can win, or whatever your thoughts down in the comment section. I've got other series planned, but obviously I want to do Barcelona say for a while. So I want to. And there's another series I want to do within a team in Italy, which I've always wanted to do as well. So that's something I want to try and do as well. So yeah, I think one player that won't be here next season is Adama, not because of his performances, but just the fee you have to pay for him. He's not going to be here. I've got players who I can bring in. I'm not averse to keeping him, but not for 30 million. He has scored some brilliant goals this season. One particularly recently, which is a beautiful goal. I think he shot in a cutscene. So that's something that I'd like to maybe do, but it has to be a lot less than 30, like £18 million, I think. He's quick and strong, I get that, but the rest of it is pretty basic. So I think £30 million is a bit too much for him, to be honest. It depends on what the finances look like. Because look at the finances projection. We are projected to get a £27 million next season, but we are going to sell some players as well. I'm hopeful that the finances will improve. The balance is going down to 11 million of the balance. Turnover, the profit is still good. We're making more money than we're losing, which is fantastic. The debt is still the same. It's going up slightly. Transfer's gone down, but I'm sure there'll be restructuring of it at some point. I have not touched any of this. I don't know what they'll do, but there'll be something they'll do to fix it. Whether there's a new sponsorship deal or something, I don't know. There'll be something they'll do. I'm sure they will. But main thing is Champions League football. We keep getting that. We've got 75% of the budget of sorry, rephrase that. 75% of our revenue gets put in. I would like that to be higher, but we'll have to wait and see. I think once we get the prize money from Champions League and La Liga, you used to be able to see the transfer, the prize money, didn't you? You used to be able to see what you got for winning it. But I don't think you can now. Unless it used to be on rules and used to get like how much you won here for each position. They might have moved it somewhere. I'm not sure where it is. But we'll get TV deals and all that kind of stuff. We'll look at the finances screen here. So have a quick look at sponsorship deals. These will be increased, I am sure. 90 million per season I get for that one, for example, for 8 years. So they'll do more deals like this. I'm sure they will. There'll be more deals replaced. To be, I'm now uncertain. Then that runs out in 2022. So I'm assuming they'll renew that, and it'll be the same, if not more, than what we've got right now. So I'm not worried about the fan situation. It's not a big deal, but I'm obviously would like more money because it would enable me to do more things. So one thing I'm looking at, guys, is basically I'm looking at Dybala and Mbappe and Kessie. I'm not saying I'm going to sign these guys. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's a deal that I'm definitely going to do. But Kessie's the one I am considering doing. Now, he would fit that compact midfield role. Box to box would work for him, or one midfielder. And we can get him on a free transfer potentially as well. So that's going to be a priority deal I'm going to try and do. And I think it's very good. It's also kind of realistic because it looks like they're going to do it in real life as well, based on reports I saw over the week or over the day. Whether that's going to happen, I don't know. So that's one deal I'm looking at. Obviously, you got to look at Mbappe. You got to look at Mbappe on a free transfer. I would love to get him in the club. I think him up front would be fantastic for us. This is a bit of a long shot, this one. The wage could be a massive problem, but I'll keep an eye on it. I'll try. The other one is Dybala. I was looking at, but unfortunately he's renewed his contract, so that is something that I can't do anymore. So we'll take him off the list, actually, to be fair. I saw it over there, but I didn't take him off. So those are 2 pre-transfer deals I'm looking at doing. There's nobody else really on the transfer list expiring that I was really looking at doing. I think it's still on the expiring in 1 year. I don't think there's anybody else that I was looking at or You got Cavani, Absolute, Mkhitaryan, Handanovic runs out as well. Don't need Handanovic really. Dries Mertens. There's no one else really here that stands out as a player. The only one maybe could be Absolute. Could be the only one maybe that I could go for. The problem I've got with him is the pace. But there's something that he's definitely someone I would like because he does play both sides. So we'll keep a look at that one as well. That could be an interesting deal to do. I don't know who wants him right now. Would you want him? Oh, well, maybe I should go for him. I don't know. He's got the technique, tackling, teamwork, work rate, determined concentration, brave anticipation. He would be better if he got right back for us. So that's something we could maybe do as well. And, I don't think anybody else really is someone I would go for. The only option I really could potentially do would be Cavani. As a short-term option, but they'd be after we've got a young striker lined up. So you would have Aubameyang and Cavani and a young striker developing. But it all depends on finances. So we'll keep an eye on him. I'm not saying I'm going to do it. It's just a possibility. It's the possibility of a transfer we could do. So overall, we're in a very good position. The club vision, they are very pleased with that. Signing high reputation players is a bit of a bad idea because I haven't got the money to do it. Give me the money and I would definitely go and sign a high reputation player. I would. Obviously looking at Messi and Mbappe and that kind of thing. But when you haven't got the money, you can't really do it. They want position-based football, playing it. Though that may slightly change now. We're going more direct. But overall, we're doing very well. I'm very pleased with how things are going. We just need to just keep going like we're doing really. Just hopefully we can move some players on. Because if you look at the loans options here, if you go to general info here, I'm just going for transfer value. Trincao is somebody I might keep next season because he would fit what we're trying to do on that right hand side. So it's something I could keep next season. But I think Coutinho will be gone. I'm not going to use him. That's 300k off the budget. Get him out, get him sold. Is there a pre-transfer clause in this deal? No, so we can just sell him. Oh, for £30 million. Right. Hopefully they buy him for that. I'm fine with that. That's what I was looking for anyway. Then you're looking at Pjanic again. Somebody I'm going to sell. I'm not going to keep him. He'll be gone next season if I can. Then Griezmann. I don't know about Griezmann. He's only got 1 goal and 1 assist this season for Atletico Madrid, so I'm not sure about Griezmann. Your thoughts, guys, in the comment section on Griezmann. Should I keep him or sell him? Obviously, got time to make a decision. Is there a pre-contract? Is there again actual fee in there? So it might take out of our hands anyway. And then Luke De Jong's obviously on loan here. They got Calado again, probably move. So there's players, there's money there. There's like 100 million ish there, just sitting there doing nothing. This keeper here probably ended with himself. So ditching these players that are not like Coutinho, Pjanic, Griezmann, get rid of those three. If we get 30 million each, it's like 90 million quid in the bank balance. So that's something that will massively help. And if we can get that percentage a bit higher to like 100%, that gives us more leverage to maneuver in the market to bring players in. So this summer is going to be focusing at the moment on getting pre-contract deals done. If we can. Kessie is the main one I'm after. That's the priority number 1. Mbappe, I think we can get away without getting Mbappe, but I'd like him, of course. But I think the first thing I can do, the second we get to the 1st of January, I'm going to make an offer to get Kessie in if I can, unless he's not going to want to do it quite yet. I don't think there's anything on there. In his contract. I will try anyway, but we'll see. He was very keen to sign when I scouted him earlier, but Kessie, Absolute, and Cavani, those 3 could definitely sign in the summer. But the striker position is kind of not important, but I think I'm kind of talking myself into getting Absolute. I think that would be a very good deal for us on a free as well, and it might free more money up to buy that midfielder or that striker, or centre back, whatever it is we want to go and sign. We can go from there. There's still some deals I need to sort out. I think Aurelio, I need to get that deal renewed. Can he offer a new contract? Yes, we can. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to renew his contract. What's he currently on? It's just offer. What's he currently on? 36. Okay, let's see what. Right, 115 million pound. Take that out. They're probably going to say no straight with this, aren't they? 60k a week. Let's take that down a little bit to 49. Yeah, this is the problem with this guy. It's twice now it's happened, so we have to look up doing that. Might be someone we have to move on then, if he won't renew for a decent. It's not that much different, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Well, I'll keep working on that one in the background. So yeah, next episode, guys. Like I said, we're going to come back for the Madrid semi-final, and it's going to be on its own. Obviously, for these missing reports, I don't put webcam on. Like I've said before, there is a disruption to my room at the minute. We have a date for it. They come in June, but also first week of May, they're coming to do the radiators in the house. So there's a lot of disruption. So content might be affected. I'll try and make it so it's not affected, but it could happen. So if you have enjoyed this, I hope you have. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you're new as well. I'll catch you all next time. Bye bye.